Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And my, I had my readings planned for the day. I had to go out this afternoon, so I had done them nice and early, all ready for me to come and record. Came home and found that there had been a near catastrophic court chase. My, the mind boggles. Harry had to be whisked out of court, protected by those bodyguards of his from some crazy lady who was shouting in court. She wasn't shouting obscenities aimed at the has-been. She was shouting support for him. In fact, all about how she supports Prince Harry, and then she was denouncing the press. But no, this was all terribly dangerous, and the bodyguards had to throw themselves between her and Prince Harry and whisk him out of court. And of course, given that we had a similar experience in New York with a near catastrophic car chase, and we have learned to be rather suspicious of Harry and Meghan in general and their relationship with the truth, we all rather doubt what we saw was genuine and suspect that perhaps this moment was staged. And now Mr. Allegedly Neil Sean did warn us when the news broke that Harry was actually attending court in person, which he did not need to. And we can see he's bored and sort of eating crayons and yawning and whatever. Neil Sean warned us to expect a stunt. Was this a stunt? More sinisterly, there are people on X who are suggesting that this woman was actually known to Prince Harry. She's a woman of colour, of a certain age. And if this is the woman that is being speculated, she has actually been photographed with Prince Harry, his arm around her, smiling for the camera. And she is allegedly one of the squaddies that gets flown around by Harry and Meghan to events to look excited, and like there's a crowd and they're all so excited to see them. Like, for instance, Nigeria. I don't know if she was in Nigeria, but that, for instance, or Vancouver. For instance, the lady who was shouting and heckling poor old Tom Bauer. That kind of person. Not sure if it's the same person, but that kind of person. Now, I have to say, for legal reasons, that this is all rumour and speculation and completely unfounded. So we're going to do a little tarot reading with the Venetian tarot, which is the Machiavellian tarot for my purposes as a tarot reader. Here doing these royal readings. Haven't used it for ages, so I have to juice the cards up a bit. We're going to ask these questions because I think we need to know how genuine this drama in court was. So I want to know how Harry felt about it. Was he terrified of this woman who is actually a rabid supporter of his? So scared he had to be whisked away. I want to know how dangerous she is to him, how much danger he was actually in from this woman. Then I want to know if it was a stunt, and if it was a stunt, let's say hypothetically a stunt, who might have organised it. Then I want to know about the woman in question, Squaddy. Is she one of those? I want to know how well known she is to Harry, if at all. Any connection there? Do they know each other? They're friends? And I want to know how it will impact the court case, and whether, if hypothetically it is a ruse, it will be exposed. So was Harry stricken and terrified, and was he in actual danger in that moment, is where we're going to head first, and then we're going to ask about whether it was a stunt, and then the woman, and then impact on the court case and all of that. Have to remind you that this is just tarot. These are tiny cards. So if you think your eyes are playing tricks on you, no, tiny cards, which really helps me trying to fit them into my little space. Tarot for fun and entertainment. All my opinion, all speculation, all wild rumors. We look at the energy around these stories, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below. And please Read the disclaimer, do your own research and form your own conclusions. Our underlying energy, and Fluffy has just burst through the cat flap in a most exuberant manner. Our underlying energy is the Empress. Now that's an interesting energy. It's a woman. It's a dominant woman, and it could describe this woman who was causing a bit of chaos in court today. Very powerful, the Empress. Not the normal energy I get from the Empress, which is just, you know, lovely and beautiful and desirable and feminine and all of that kind of stuff. More in the sense of being dominant. Empress energy. I'm supposed to pick Fluffy up for food, but I'm not going to. I think that's her energy in a dominant way, but it's all about her and how powerful she is. Empresses are powerful women, and I don't often make that point when I read the card in these tarot readings, these royal readings, because I'm normally talking about mothers and that kind of maternal energy that comes, and creativity and value that comes from the Empress. But that's power, and this woman is powerful. If she's the woman in question. But anyway, whoever she is, she certainly showed up and made a point very powerfully as a woman. So there we have it. The central issue, the heart of this reading, what are we dealing with? Wow, we've got the match, the Emperor. Now, that's a very interesting match, because the Emperor is about organizing, getting people to march to his orders. So it's about orders. That card tells me straight off, for me, my opinion, tarot reader, that tells me that this was orchestrated. Emperor card. And if it was orchestrated, in my opinion, I'm speculating that it was orchestrated by very powerful male figures. But we're going to test this. There were some quite powerful male figures in the court with Prince Harry who whisked him away, for instance. I'm pointing out the types of male figures that might be involved in this kind of scenario. I'm not accusing those particular people of being complicit in this if it was a stunt. So Emperor is military, police, that kind of person, with those kinds of contacts, but definitely boss energy, definitely dominating energy, definitely, as I say, getting his minions to do his work, or making plans and executing plans. That's our Emperor. Interesting that we have the pair bookending this reading. Ooh my. Okay, let's get to Harry. Was he shocked and stricken? How did he feel? Did he feel in danger? Did he feel terrified? What? How was it for him? And I have the 10. It's the 10 of what's the 10 of cups, of course. I have the 10 of cups in reverse. That's so unhappy card, so wretched, so isolated, so cut adrift from family, so lost. And I believe that he does feel that. Genuinely, we've had quite a few articles in the press recently about, oh, he's bereft and he's stricken and heartbroken and lost and all the stuff. We've had all of that. That could be true, but the 10 of Cups in reverse is not a card of terror. Not at all. It's just a card of woe. It's a card of I'm out of the bosom of my family and I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel emotionally wrapped in a blanket. So vulnerable more than terrified. How in danger was he? How at risk was he in this scenario? Was he, was it a dangerous moment for him, like the car chase? And we have the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is conflict. Is a fighting energy. You can see there's fighting going on there, but it's quite theatrical fighting in this card and this little Venetian tarot, which I love dearly. It's one of the first different tarots that I got years ago. Different meaning different to the Rider-Waite Tarot, which is the learning tarot. Before you venture off into strange byways. Five of Wands is conflict. So there was conflict. It's not, to my mind, dangerous conflict. It's more like martial arts. That's the energy that's coming through, sort of Aikido, that's coming through with them tumbling and things like that. It's like if you, in the times that these cards depict, if you went for entertainment, you would get tumblers, people doing tricks for you, sort of physical tricks to entertain you. So that in itself tells me quite a lot, and you can read between those lines and reach those conclusions yourself. So that's my feeling about that Five of Wands energy reading. My opinion, I tell it like I feel it here. So tell me about whether this was a stunt. We're going to ask the question directly, as many people are speculating around and about on social media. I have the Ace of Cups. Aces upright tend to be yeses, quite direct yeses. I'm saying that word quite strangely, aren't I? So I'm trying to correct my flat vowels for you so you can understand, and also for the auto captions that go across and depict all kinds of weirdness. That looks like a yes, and it looks like a plea for emotional support. I was talking about the emotional support blanket. That Ace of Cups, we need the emotional support blanket. We need you to feel sorry for us. We need you to see us in a better light, in a more sympathetic light, because it's quite clear as proceedings have gone along that the court has lost patience with Harry's barrister. They're bored with the whole thing. They keep trying to explain to him that, well, your circumstances changed and you chose for them to change, and so deal with the consequences, and you're actually being treated with kid gloves. So what is your problem? We're going to get to what is this problem in the next reading. But I'm getting a yes as the sympathy card being played there. Oh, look, see, I'm at risk wherever I go. You need to protect me, big, strong man. So now I've lost my train of thought. Luckily, I have my cheat sheet next to me. So if it's a stunt, and we're going to do a hypothetical question here for legal reasons. If this turned out to be a stunt, who would be behind it, hypothetically? Who organized it? We have an emperor and an empress on this table, already told us quite a bit, but what else does the universe want to tell us about this interesting event? Who might have done this? We've got the Five of Pentacles, and it's kind of the blind leading the blind, this one. When I say blind leading the blind, I immediately travel psychically to California, to a very particular part of California, Montecito. That's where my mind takes me. That's where my speculation takes me. That's where my energy takes me. Just saying. It's the outcast card. It's the financially ruined card. And of course, we need our security back because we're struggling to pay for it, allegedly. We can speculate that they're struggling to pay for it. So it's the outcasts, it's the banished, it's the rejected, the exiled that might be behind this, hypothetically, if we were to ask that question, hypothetically speaking. So let's move on to the lady in question, our Empress that we have here. So powerful, so dominant, so loud. Relationship to the squatties, is she a sugar? One of those, as is being alleged and whispered about town. I've got the Eight of Pentacles, my finger's on it. I haven't used these cards for ages, which is why I'm so hesitant sometimes to read them. The fact that I can't remember what they are is irrelevant. Universe knows. Okay, just in case you're wondering, this is the Eight of Pentacles, the artist at work. The Eight of Pentacles is work, quite literally, paid to play card. For me, it's in reverse. That tells me, I do read reversals on this channel, sometimes as secretive, sort of hidden, kept away from public. That tells me the Eight of Pentacles tells me this is someone who is quite useful, who maybe, as I said at the beginning of this reading, there is speculation that Harry and Meghan might pay because of chatter among the sugars themselves that has been seen. I just have to say that even though it's allegedly, there are screenshots of conversations like this, but we don't know the veracity of the screenshots or all the conversations. So we have to say allegedly and speculating, but there is chatter around and about that's been captured that indeed payment exchanges hands and sugars turn up at certain places and look like a crowd and we're so excited to see you, Meghan. That tells me all I need to know about the lady in question. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Relationship with Harry. Is she known to Harry? Is she someone Harry might have posed for a photo with his arm around her, smiling? So lovely to see you. Thank you for all you do for us. Is she that kind of a person? And what do I have? And I'm a bit in the dark here, quite literally. And I have now the 6 of Wands and it's in reverse. That's the victory card, the triumphal return card, but it's in reverse. It tells me more of narcissism, the 6 of Wands. It tells me, because it is a card of victory and showing off. And when the showing off goes extra, that's the card in reverse, and it becomes narcissistic and self-absorbed and look at me, look at me, look at me. So if I'm asking, why I'm saying that is if I'm asking if this is someone that Harry might have potentially posed with for a photo to congratulate her on her fine accomplishments, her good work on behalf of the Sussexes, I'm getting a yeah, look at me energy with the 6 of Wands in reverse. So it's possible. I can't say hand on heart it's true, but I can say in the energy it is possible that this is the kind of role that is played. These are the kinds of scenarios that happen. Okay. Let's get to impact on court case, if any. Are the judges going to be so stricken by what they saw? Oh, the poor has-been is so in danger wherever he goes, even in a court in London. We must immediately decree that he gets his IPP status back and free security wherever he goes. How's it going to go for them, the judges? And we got the 6 of Swords in reverse. So no, 6 of Swords is moving on from conflict, putting conflict behind you, going into more peaceful times, which would end this conflict. The card is in reverse. The conflict continues, and a court is a place of conflict. That's what it's about. So no, they're not going to be swayed by this. The conflict continues, and also the overseas card. We need to say that it would be going overseas in a carefree kind of a way if the card was upright, meaning you've got paid for security wherever you go. In reverse, nah, that's not going to fly. We're going to stick to our rules here where we are, and we're going to let this battle go on. So I don't think so. I don't think it's going to make any impact on them. If, hypothetically speaking, this was staged, this was a stunt, as Neil Sean warned us might happen with Harry back in court, in person, is this going to be exposed? Are people going to add 2 and 2 and figure out, oh no, actually Harry stood with this woman and took a photo with his arm around her, possibly, or whatever? Is that going to come out? As I say, there are speculation, there are stories on X, but that's just Twitter and rumour. And what do we have? We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh dear. Harry, looks like you might be bust on this one. It's his card, right? The King of Pentacles, Earth sign, Pentacles, King, trying to strut his stuff, Mr. Important, the boss, so valuable to the royal family, so stable, so strong, so powerful, such a business brain, but it's in reverse. unreliable, erratic, broke even. In general, that card, the King of Pentacles, bad temper as well, sort of grumpy and sour, sulky energy for me as a reader. But that card in reverse is Harry, and he's in his detriment, he's in reverse, which means he doesn't come out of this looking good. Just saying. All, of course, my opinion, speculation, energy reading, all of that stuff, not accusing anyone of doing anything nefarious in court. We're just testing the energy of what happened, and we're testing the energy of what people are speculating on X. That's a reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.